Hilda's a show that's easy to look over compared to other cartoons. It doesn't have the coolest, most interesting world, or characters, or even enemies. Actually, I don't think there are any actual enemies in the show, it's mostly just obstacles. I still think it's a great watch though, with its simple characters, good music, and its world that's pretty laid back despite what goes on in it. The first episode does a good job showing what kind of world this is. A raven is seen flying through the sky and gives these cool shots through it, and stuff like this is always cool. Like when you're playing an open world game and you're on top of a cliff somewhere and you're able to see most of the world. So the raven flies away, and we pan over to see Hilda crossing a river. While she's trying to get to the other side, she's just carried over by a water spirit. Then the next few scenes, she's walking through the forest and we see some of the interesting creatures living there, like round dogs with no arms that live in packs, living clouds that follow Hilda and snow on her, and a stone troll that remains still during the day but at night is able to break free and roam. There's also humanoid creatures. Not that it's anything new, but the way it's shown off is pretty cool. When Hilda returns home after almost being eaten, she gets a small letter from little people that want her to leave or they'd smash her house. Hilda writes a letter back basically saying no, and she leaves it at her front door, and later that night, those same little people come and attack her and her mom, but they fail. When she goes to bed, one of the little people sneak into her room, but we can't see him until Hilda signs his contract, which I wish they could have explained more, but it's okay. So Hilda signs his contract so we can see him, and it turns out he's actually a little elf named Alfer, and his people live in counties, with Hilda's home being in theirs, but we just couldn't see it because of a contract. For the sake of the people that haven't watched Hilda, I'll stop here, but even though a lot of what I said has been done before, the way the show mixes existing ideas with new ones is really cool. I also like how quickly they just jump you in and get you used to their world. I think most of the shows that I've seen usually take another episode before you really know what's going on, but in this show, they say like 80% of what you're going to see throughout the story. And like I said, almost every episode is like this, just full of existing ideas that they build on. But they're still original ideas. Like in, spoiler by the way, episode 12 where Hilda meets this small dude named Tontu, who lives in all the corners and cushions of Hilda's home. He also travels through her house with little holes that he makes, and takes all the things that people forget where they've placed, which is a cool way of explaining why people can sometimes never find the things they lose. Even though there's one or two episodes that are basically filler, they still build on smaller characters. And as I said before, there aren't any real antagonists. I mean, I guess there are some characters that get in Hilda's way, but after the episode they're in, they don't serve as much importance to the plot. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the music. I'm not someone who can really express why I like Hilda's music. After all, I'm not someone who listens to much music anyway. But I think no matter what kind of music you like, you'll still think it's pretty good. The opening's always nice to hear, and the rest of the music may not be as good in my opinion, but I still think it's okay. But there's not much else to say, I just think it's good music. I hope I got someone to give the show a watch, because I know I definitely didn't do it enough justice. And to anyone that's already watched Hilda, tell me what you think of it in the comment section below.